feed his sheep. And you know what? If you say you love him and you don't act on it, then those are empty words. They're empty words. Because you can get emotional and you can enjoy the music and you can enjoy what people around you are saying. You can turn on Christian TV and be excited and you can be alive in your seat and ready to love Jesus. But I'm sorry, if you're not acting on it, you've only gone about a quarter of the way. And so saying thank you is not always enough. Action seals the deal. Action seals the deal. You can say I love you to somebody who you're dating over and over and over again, but until you say, will you marry me? And until you say I do, the action hasn't been completed. And I guarantee you, if you went to Guys and Dolls this past weekend, which I did, you find out that girls don't take to that for 14 years like the people in Guys and Dolls did. Unless there's action to come along with what you're saying, when you say I love you, Jesus, unless there's action that follows that up, you haven't really accomplished anything. And so as you say to me, I love Jesus, I'm saying to you, feed his sheep. Feed his sheep. And that means people who are poor. That means the kids downstairs. That means the person sitting next to you in your chairs. That means the people in your family. That means the people at your work. That means everybody around who are God's sheep. Feed them. If you look on the back of your insert, I've given you a shopping list and 2 shopping bags. These are my 2 shopping bags right here. One of the shopping bags says you, and one of the shopping bags says others. When we're talking about feeding spiritually, we often think of what things feed us spiritually. So the first bag that I would like you to fill is the one that says you on it, and I don't have them written, but I'm just going to say that this one right here is you, okay? Look at all the things on the top of this. I've got teaching, lawn care, child care, food prep, art, encouragement, money, reading, mentoring, music, leading, hospitality, accountability, prayer, computer skills, cleaning, church services. What is it that feeds you? What is it that you receive spiritual food from? Is it a church service? Do you receive spiritual food from a church service? Do you receive spiritual food from people who are teaching you? Do you receive spiritual encouragement when people take care of your children? Do you feel spiritual encouragement when people prepare food for you? So take your pen and identify the things on the top, on the shopping list, and connect them down to your bag, okay? Connect the things that make you spiritually fed and connect them down to your bag. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to do it. You have filled your bag, all right? If I go through this thing on this list, the things that probably feed me the most spiritually, I didn't put creation on here, and I left some empty ones for you. Creation would be one that feeds me spiritually. When I walk around in creation, that's something that feeds me. Church services feed me. Music feeds me. Art feeds me. When people encourage me, that feeds me. Mentoring, I love it. I love having a mentor. Leading, also, I would probably put that in my bag of spiritual things that feed me. Okay, so if you filled your bag, which I hope you have, now we're on to the next step. The next step is, what in the past 2 weeks have you fed other people with? Through relationship. Now, this is just not writing a check, all right? If you say the money thing, if you circle money and put money in you in the other's bag, that has to mean you handed them a check. This is through relationship. This isn't just I'm sending something to Africa. This is relationship, all right? So if you have read to someone personally, you can put that in your other's bag. If you have mentored someone personally, put that in your bag. If you've made food for somebody, or if you've played music for somebody, if you've taught somebody, that kind of thing, then that goes in your other's bag. So take a minute, take 2 minutes, circle all the things on the top and connect them down to the other's bag. Now we've got 2 bags. We've got the you bag, and we've got the others bag. Take a quick inventory. Take a quick inventory of what you circled and what you drew lines to. Which one has more? Are more people feeding you spiritually, or are you feeding others more spiritually? Take a quick count. Take a quick count and figure out which one's more. I would argue with you that these 2 bags should be equal. These 2 bags should be equal. So if there's more things in the bag that says spiritually feeding me, then maybe you're being a spiritual glutton. Maybe you're taking in church services. Maybe you're taking in other people making you food. Maybe you're taking in other people teaching you. Maybe you're taking in other people leading you. Maybe you're taking in other people paying for things that you have. Maybe you're taking in other things that people are giving to you. But when it comes to this bag where you give back to others, you've fallen very, very short. Maybe you have too much in this bag, and this is a possibility too. Maybe you have too much in the other's bag. Maybe you've been paying out too much money, so you're broke. Maybe you've been doing too many things at church, and so you're burnt out. Maybe you've been mentoring too many people without enough people mentoring you, and you've just gotten burnt. Maybe you're living in a place where you're just giving of yourself so much that nothing's feeding back into you, and your spiritual life is just shriveling up. I guarantee you that none of us in here are equal. None of us in here are equal. So take a quick moment, please, to think to yourself, which one of these bags is more full for me? Am I taking in too much, or am I giving out too much? Take a moment. Just think about it in your head. For those of you who said that you don't give out enough, that you're taking in and taking in and taking in and taking in, but you don't give out. There's ways to serve. We have ways to serve. They're back on the fellowship table. There's a truck coming on November 26th, and you're welcome to help. There's all kinds of opportunities, especially now that we don't have a pastor. There are places for you to serve, and we would love to hook you up with it. You could talk to myself or Floyd Tuttle or anybody else who's in the sanctuary who's in leadership, and they can help you find a place where your skills help to minister to others. We can help you find that. If you're in this bag and you feel like you're not getting enough, talk to the same people, and we will get you hooked up with something where you can be fed. We will hook you up with a small group. We will hook you up with discipleship. We will hook you up with a mentor. Whatever you need so that you can be filled spiritually, we will try and help you find to the best of our ability. And if it means that you just have to get rid of something, that you just have to cleanse something from your life where you are simply being sucked out of, then we can do that too. But think about which bag you're in and try to take steps. Try to take steps to address it. Somebody said to me a couple weeks ago, and it kind of broke my heart. They said to me, I give and I give and I give. And sometimes I just need to take a break. Sometimes I just need to take a break. I need to take time off. There's certain points in my life where I just can't give. Brothers and sisters, this shouldn't be the case. Neither of these bags should ever be empty. If there is not something in your life right now, at least one thing where you are being fed, and at least one thing where you are feeding others, please address it, because this is a hole in your spiritual life. When Jesus sends out Peter, he doesn't send out Peter blindly. He tells him what's coming. He restores him. He addresses the future with Peter, and he says, in the future, you're going to need to take care of yourself by being fed and by feeding others. Feed my sheep, and I love you, Lord. Peter here is exemplifying exactly who we should be. We should have our bags both chock full, or at least both with something in them.